Nathan Urbach here. You can catch him on his podcast, Golden Homers, talking up Notre Dame football. They go to camp here in just a few days to try to fix some things and get ready for 2023. You did mention the name of Sam Hartman. And to contrast what Sam Hartman's been used to, both from the standpoint of how many times he throws a game to also the offense, that slow mesh that has become familiar to college football fans, even that don't watch a whole lot of Wake Forest, versus what Notre Dame has built the program on recently with running between the tackles, the offensive line. I know that's overplayed to a certain extent, but, with a change in offensive coordinator, with Sam Hartman in the mix now, not that you can dismiss, I guess, Tyler Buchner. I know that he's going to put up a fight and want to win the job, of course. How do you think all that plays out in regards to what they want to do on offense and having Hartman on the roster now?
Yeah, I think the offense is going to be pretty similar to years past in the way that they operate. They still want to have a really strong run game, lean on the strong offensive line that they have returning. I mean, they probably have the best combo of tackles in the country with Blake Fisher and Joe Alt returning. You have to replace your two guards, but you have an experienced center coming back as well. So the offensive line and the running game is supposed to be really good. And I think the reason Hartman wanted to attend a program like Notre Dame was to get away from that slow mesh, get into a more pro style offense under Tommy Rees, of course. And now you have Jared Parker taking over. But I think a lot of those aspects of the offense will be similar. And so I think the one aspect that Hartman will bring is he's going to be better than Drew Pine was last year. He's going to be better than what Tyler Buchner was last year, at least early on. But then you also have hopefully a dominant run game and offensive line to lean on and, better weapons on the outside, whatever it may be. Because you're at Notre Dame and you can kind of showcase yourself to the NFL level. So I don't think it's going to change too much. I don't see him throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game like he might have been doing at Wake Forest. But he could be more effective. The turnovers, I think, will probably come down a little bit. I think what was the stat? He had like every 1 out of 32 or 33 throws was an interception, which probably needs to come down a bit. But at the same time at Wake Forest, I mean, they had a good wide receiving core. I mean, I think that can't be taken for granted. I mean, A.T. Perry, I think, is going to be a good NFL player. They have a couple other guys. Donovan Green was a good player for them. I think that's his name last year as well. So no doubt they had some good receiving weapons. But overall, I think the strength of Notre Dame with the offensive line and running game should help that. Should help his game kind of grow tremendously as well.
Yeah, when he was facing his physical situation that hit the news and missed the early part, or it appeared as though he was going to miss significant time, I thought, this may not be the best quarterback in the country. He may not be the most dynamic or fill in the blank in regards to quarterbacking list. But number one, he's near the top. First of all, and secondly, he may be the most valuable player in the country, just the way they built that offense. And it was so reliant on the pass game, so reliant on him. And putting it up as much as he did with the burden of the offense on his shoulders at one pick, you said every 32, 33 attempts. I got to think a lot of that had to do with just him, having to shoulder everything and say, I got to win this game. We're not going to win it otherwise, where he comes to a Notre Dame team that's upgraded so much in talent around him, and then also on the other side of the ball and just a different style of game that he's going to be able to play most of the time and share the wealth and that sort of thing.